सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्स नमो तस्स अरहतो भगवतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्स. Today we are going to read Sundarika Bhāradvāja Sutta. Sundar means beautiful or handsome. Bharadvaj is a type of bird, and there was a sage called Bharadvaja in Vedic period. So his descendants are also known as Bharadvaja. So Sundarik was name of a brahmin who was descendant of this Bharadvaja Muni. And he wanted to offer offerings to an able person, worthy person. So who is worthy of taking offering, or whom the offering can be offered? This thing is discussed in this sutta. So I have heard. Evam me sutam. Evam means thus. Me means by me. Sutam means heard. Thus by me heard. So I have heard. At one time, the Buddha was staying in the Kosalan lands on the bank of the Sundarika River. Ekan samayam Bhagava Kosalesu Vihrati Sundarikāya Nadiya Tire. Ekam means once, Samayam means once upon a time, Bhagava means the Lord who has destroyed Bhaggarago means he has destroyed craving. Bhaggadoso means he has destroyed aversion. Bhaggamoho, he has destroyed ignorance. So he is the destroyer. That is why he is called Bhagava. Kosalesu, in the land of Kosalas. Kosala was a dynasty. You must have heard about Raja Pasendi or Prasenjit. Even the Lord Rama's mother was Kausalya. So she was from Kosala dynasty. So the Kosala dynasty is in Uttar Pradesh. Okay, middle Uttar Pradesh and eastern Uttar Pradesh. It is part of Kosala dynasty. Viharati, the Lord was dwelling there. Sundarikāya Nadiya Tire. The Sundarika is the name of the river. And on the bank of that river, the Lord was dwelling. Now at that time, the brahmin Bharadvāja of Sundarika was serving the sacred flame and performing the fire sacrifice on the bank of the Sundarika. Tena khopana samayena Sundarika Bhāradvājo brahmano Sundarikāya nadiya tire aggim juhati aggihuttam paricharati. Tena, at that time, kho means really, pana samayena, at that very time, Sundarika Bhāradvājo, this is the name of that brahmin, Sundarika Bhāradvājo, brahmano. Brahmins means the priestly caste of the India, in ancient India. Sundarikāya nadiya tire, on the banks of the Sundarika river. Aggim juhati, he was worshipping the fire. Aggihuttam parichati, he was giving offerings to the fire. Then he looked all around the four quarters, wondering, Athako Sundarika Bhāradvājo Brahmano Aggim Juhitva Aggihuttam Paricharitva Utthayasana Samanta Chatuddisa Anuvilokesi. So, Atha means now, Kho means really, Sundarika Bhāradvājo is name of that Brahmin. Brahmano Aggim Juhitva, while after worshipping the fire, Aggihuttam Paricharitva, after performing the fire sacrifice, Uttayasana, he got up from his seat, Samanta and Chatuddisa, all the four quarters, Anuvilekisi, he looked all around the four quarters. Now who might eat the leftovers of this offering? Konukho imam habyasesam bhunjayati. Ko means who. Nu means really. Ko. Ko is really. Konu. Imam. This habyasesam. Habya means the offerings to be put in the fire sacrifice. Sesam means remaining. Bhunjaya will eat. Konukho imam habyasesam bhunjayati. Who will eat the remaining of these offerings? He saw the Buddha meditating at the root of a certain tree with his robe pulled over his head. Addasakho Sundarika Bharadvajo Brahmano Bhagavantam Avidure Anyatarasmim Rukhamule Sasisam Parutam Nisinnam. Addasa, he saw. Kho, really. Sundarika Bhāradvājo, Brahmano, that Sundarika Bhāradvāja Brahmins really saw. Bhagavantam, Bhagavad, the Lord. Avidure means near. Anyatarasmim, in some tree. Rukhamule, at the root of some tree. Sasisam, Parutam. Sisam means head. Sasisam Parutim means head is covered. Nisinnam, by the rope. Taking the leftovers of the offering in his left hand and a pitcher in the right, he approached the Buddha. Disvana vamena hathena habyasesam gahetva dakshinena hathena kamandalum gahetva ena bhagava tena upasankami. Having seen the Buddha, Disvana means having seen, vamena in the left, hathena in the left hand, habyasesam the remaining offering, gahetva by picking up or by holding. Gahetva means holding, holded. Dakshinena means the right one. Hathena, right hand. Kamandalum. Kamandalu means the water pot. Gahetva, holding. Ena, he. Bhagava, Lord. Tenupasankami, he reached near the Lord by taking the offering in left hand and the water pot in the right hand. By after seeing the Buddha, he went near the Buddha. When he heard Bharadvaja of Sundarika's footsteps, the Buddha uncovered his head. Athakho Bhagava Sundarika Bharadvajassa Brahmanassa Padasaddena Sisam Vivari. Ath, now, Kho, really, Bhagava, the Lord, Sundarika Bharadvajassa Brahmanassa, the Brahmins, Padasaddena, Pada means foot, Saddha means word or noise or voice. Okay, Saddha means actually word, but here it means voice, noise. Padasaddena, voice of the foot, noise of the foot. Sisam means the head. Vivari means uncovered. He uncovered, the Lord, after listening to the noise of the Brahmin's foot, he uncovered his head. Bharadvaja of Sundarika thought, this man is shaven, he is shaven, and he wanted to turn back. Athakho Sundarika Bharadvajo Brahmano Mundo ayam bhavam Mundako ayam bhavan Ti tatova Puna Nivatitu Kamo Ahosi. Atha, now, Kho, really, Sundarika Bharadvajo Brahmano Mundo means shaven head, whose hair are removed. Ayam bhavam, this man is shaven-headed. Mundako ayam bhavan, this man is shaven-headed. Ti tatova, and then at that time, puna nivatti tu kamo, he thought of going back, Ahosi. But he thought, after, so first thought came to him that this is a seven-headed man, so he may not be a pure man. So he wanted to turn back, but he thought, Athako Sundarika Bhāradvāja Brahmanasa etad ahosi. But then second thought came to him, even some Brahmins are shaven. Why don't I go to him and ask about his birth? Mundapi hi idhe kacche brahmana bhavanti yannunaham upasankamitva jatim puchchayanti. Mundapi, seven-headed, he also, idhe kacche, some brahmana bhavanti, some Brahmins are also seven-headed. Yannunaham, so I, upasankamitva, should go near the that man and jatim puchchayanti, and I should ask his caste. Then the Brahmin Bharadvāja of Sundarika went up to the Buddha and said to him, Athako Sundarika Bharadvājo Brahmano ena bhagava tenupasankami upasankamitva bhagavantam etada ocha. Atha, then, Kho, really, Sundarika Bharadvājo Brahmano ena bhagava tena upasankami, he went to Lord, near the Lord. Upasankamitva, after reaching near the Lord, Bhagavantam, to the Lord, etadavocho, he said like this, Sir, what are you by birth? Kinchacho bhavan, kim means what? Jacho means what caste you belong to, bhavan belong to. Then the Buddha addressed Bharadvaja of Sundarika in verse, Athako Bhagava Sundarika Bharadvajam Brahmanam Gathahi Ajjabhasi. Ath, now, Kho, really, Bhagava, the Lord, Sundarika Bharadvajam Brahmanam Gathahi in verses Ajjabhasi said like this, I am no Brahmin, nor am I a ruler, na Brahmano, no me na Rajaputto, nor peasant, na Vesayano, Udakochi no me. So there were four castes in India at that time, Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and low class. So he says, I am none of the four classes. Fully understanding the clan of ordinary people, Gautam Parinyaya Puthujjananam. So I know all the castes. Parinyaya means I have full knowledge. I have gone beyond the knowledge of the caste. Puthujjananam. Puthujjananam means ordinary people who have not yet experienced Nibbana. They are called Puthujjananam. I wander in the world owning nothing, reflective. Akinchino mantacharami loke akinchino means I don't hold any wealth. Mantacharami loke, and I wander around the world. Manta means I keep meditating. Without holding anything, I keep meditating and dwell in this world. Clad in my cloak, I wander without home. Sanghativasi agaho charami. So, whatever the requisites of bhikkhu, a monk are there, with that I wander without agaho. Gaho means home. Agaho means without home. Charami means I wander. I wander without home, clad in my robes. My hair shorn, quenched. Nivutta keso, abhinibhutato. Nivutta keso means my hair are shaved, and abhinibhutato, my thirst is quenched. I have no more thirst. Since I am unburdened by people, alippamano idhamanehevi manavehi. So, Manav means a Brahmin student is called Manav. I am unburdened, alippamano. I am not attached to anybody. It is inappropriate to ask me about clan. Akallamam Brahmana Uchchasi Gotapannam. Akallam. It is not good to ask. It is not a gentleman's uh, duty to ask me about my caste because I am not attached to anything. Actually, sir, when Brahmins meet, they politely Pucchanti Vebho Brahmana Brahmanemi. Pucchanti. they ask, they, wo, the brothers, Brahmana, Brahmani, mean Brahmin brothers, when they meet each other, Brahmin people, when they meet each other, they ask each other whether they are Brahmins. Saha Brahmano no bhavanti, whether you are a Brahmin or not. Well, if you say that you are a Brahmin, Brahmano hi chetvam brusi, and that I am not, Manchabusi a Brahmanam. So you are saying that you are a Brahman also, and you are not a Brahmana, neither a Brahman nor a non-Brahmin. Then I shall question you on the Savitri mantra. Tam tam savitrim puchami, with its 3 lines and 24 syllables. Tipadam chatuvisata Tipadam, three lines, and chatuvis means 24. Akharam means syllables. On what grounds have seers and men, Kim Nisita Isayo Manuja, aristocrats and Brahmins here in the world, Khattiya Brahmana Devatanam, performed so many different sacrifices to the gods? Yanyam Kappayinsu Puthu Idhu Loke Yannam. Yannam means fire sacrifice. Kappayisum means so many different. Puthu Idhaloke in this world. Kappayisum means they have imagined or they have what we can say designed. They have designed it. Kappayisum is actually the literal meaning is imagined, but here the meaning literal actual meaning is designed. Yannam kappayinsu puthu idhaloke. Different sacrifices. During the sacrifice, should a past master, a knowledge master, Yadantugu Vedagu Yanyakale receive an oblation, it profits the donor, I say. Yasahutim labhe tasijjeti brumi. So, whom should I give the offering? During a sacrifice, should a past master, a knowledge master, receive an oblation, it profits the donor, I say. So, when I perform a sacrifice and if I offer an offering to a knowledgeable person, then I will get benefit. So if you know the Savitri mantra, he thinks, the Sundarika Bhāradvāja Brahmin thinks that if the Buddha, he doesn't know that he is a Buddha. So thinks that if this man knows Savitri mantra, I can consider him as a wise man and then I can offer him this offering so I can earn merits. That's what he is thinking. Then clearly my oblation will be profitable. Adhahithas hutamiche. So this will be profitable to me. Adhahitas hutam iche. So my sacrifice will be uh, beneficial. It's since I have since Vedagu Addasama, such a knowledge master, met anyone like you. Tumhadisan Nena, Tumhadisan like you. Ani Adasrin. I have never seen before that others ate the sacrificial cake. Anyo Jano Bhunjati Pururasam. So then, Brahmin, since you have approached me, Tatvam Brahman Athena, as a seeker of the good, ask. Athiko Upasankama Pucha. Here some one intelligent. Anigham Nirasam, peaceful, untroubled, with no need for hope. Appevidha Abhivinde Sumedham. Adi Gautama, I like to sacrifice. Yanne Ratohambho Gautama, and wish to perform a sacrifice. Please advise me. Yanyam Itthukamo Naham Pajanami. How understand? Sasatu Mambhavam, where an oblation is profitable. Tell me this. Ijjate Bruhimetam. Well then, Brahmin, listen up. I will teach you the Dhamma. And then the Buddha starts teaching. तेन हि त्वं ब्राह्मण ओदः सुसोतं dhammam te desesami. Don't ask about birth, ask about the conduct. Ma jatim pucci cha. For the fire of Zataveda is born from kindling. Kattha have javedo, a steadfast sage, even though from a low class. Icha kulino pimuni dhitima is a thorough balance. Ajanio hoto hirini setho, tamed by truth, fulfilled by taming. The Masa Upeto, a complete knowledge master who has completed the spiritual journey. Vedantagu Usita Brahmacharyo, that is where a Brahmin seeking merit. Kalena Tammi Habhyam Pavech, a timely offering as sacrifice. Yo Brahmano Punyapekho Yachetha, those who have left sensuality behind, wandering homeless. Ekame Hitava Agaha Charanti. A means those, Kame means desires, Hitva means having left, Agaha, Gaha means home, Agaha means without home, Charanti who dwell without home, having left the desires, having sacrificed the desires. Self-controlled, straight as a shuttle, Susanyatatta Tasaram va Ujju. That is where a Brahmin seeking merit, Kale Natesu Habhyam Paveche, should bestow a timely offering as sacrifice. Yo Brahmano Punyapekho Yajetha. Punyapekho. Punya plus apekho. Somebody who is desiring the merits, he should offer his offering to a person who has sacrificed all his desires and without whom he is wandering, without whom he is dwelling in this world. Those freed of greed, evitaraga, with senses stilled, susamahitindriya, like the moon released from the eclipse, chando rahu gahana pamutta. Chandova, Chanda means moon. Rahu Gahana. Rahu is supposed to be a demon who brings up the eclipse, Pamutta. So, when the moon is freed from the eclipse, that is where a Brahmin seeking merit, Kalena Tesu Abhyam Paveche, should bestow a timely offering as sacrifice. Yo Brahmano Punyapekho Yachetha. They wander the world unobstructed. Asajjamana vicharanti loke, without any obstruction. They dwell in the world, always mindful. Sada sata. Sata means mindful. Sada means always. Hitva mama itani, calling nothing their own. So they are always practicing anatta bodha. It naturally comes to them, the anatma bodha. Not me, not mine, not myself. This feeling is always there with them. That is where a Brahmin seeking merit. Kalena tesu habhyam paveche. Kalena means at the proper time. Tesu, to them, habhyam. Habhyam means the offering. Paveche, he should give. Yo brahmano punyapekho echeta. Whichever Brahmin he wants to earn merits, he should give at proper time the offering to such people. Having left sensuality behind, wandering triumphant, yo kame hitava abhibhuyachari. Abhibhuyachari means triumphant. Knowing the end of rebirth and death, yo vedi jati maranasa antam. Quenched and cool as a lake, parinibbuto udakarahadovasito. Udakarahadov means, Udakarahad means a lake, Sito means cool. The realized one is worthy of the sacrificial cake. Tathagato arahati purarasam. Tathagato. Tatha means truth. Agato means who has come to the truth. The Buddha. Arahati means he is worthy, he deserves. Purarasam. Purarasam is again the Habhyasesam, the offering. Good among the good, far from the bad. Samo samehi, visamehi dure. So he is good among the good, visamehi dure, far from the bad. The realized one has infinite wisdom. Tathagato hoti anantapanyo, unsullied in this world and the next. Anupalito idhava huramava. The realized one is worthy of the sacrificial cake. Tathagato arahati means deserves. Purarasam means the sacrificial cake, the offering, in whom dwells no deceit or conceit. Yamhina maya vasati namano, rid of greed, unselfish, with no need for hope. Yovi talobho, amamo niraso, with anger eliminated, quenched. Padunna kodho, abhinibhutato, a Brahmin rid of sorrow's stain. Yo Brahmano sokomalam ahasi, the realized one is worthy of the sacrificial cake. Tathagato arahati puranasam, he has given up the mind's home. Nivesanam yo manaso ahasi, and has no possessions at all. See, here is a very good phrase, mind's home. We make our mind our home because we consider our mind as me, myself, or mine. Okay, so we have made the I has made the mind its home. The feeling of I, the feeling of I-ness, the feeling of me, mine, myself, it always arises in the mind. But in Tathagata's mind, it does not arise. So he has given up the mind's home. Nivesanam. Nivesanam means nivas, the residence. Yo manaso ahasi. He has given up. He has given up the residence of the mind and has no possessions at all. Parigahayas nasanti kechi. Parigaha means possessions. Yes means whose. Na, no, santi are kechi at all. Parigahayasana santi kechi, who has no possessions at all, not grasping to this world or the next. Ana upadiyono, diyano, idhava huramva. Idha means here, huram means there, neither here nor there. Anupadiyano, he is not grasping anything. Upadiyano, the word comes from upadan. Dan means to give. Adan means not give. And upadan means by not giving, you get attached to it. And anupadan means you don't get attached to it. Okay. So you don't get attached to anything here and in other world also. The realized one is worthy of the sacrificial cake. Tathagata reaching ultimate view. Dhammam chanyasi paramaya ditthiya. He has understood the whole of the Dhamma to its height and even the beyond the height. With defilements ended, bearing his final body, Khinasavo Antima Dehadhari. Khina means destroyed. Asavo, the flows in the body, which flow with the craving, desires, and everything. Some fluid comes from the internal glands. Khinasavo Antima Dehadhari. Antima means the last, Deha means body, Dhari means holder. So he holds the last. We know him. The realized one is worthy of the sacrificial cake. Tathagat Purarasam. So the Tathagata, in whom desire to be reborn and caustic speech, Bhava Sava Yassavachi Karacha, are cleared and ended. They are no more. Vidhu Pita Athagata Santi. that knowledge master, everywhere free. Savedagu Sabbadi Vipamutto. The realized one is worthy of sacrificial cake. Tathagato Arahati Purasam. He has slipped his chains. He chained no more. Sangatigo yes. So he is not attached to any of his companions. Among those caught in conceit, he is free of conceit. Yomana sattesu amana satto. The people in the world are full of conceit, but he's staying in the world, but he's without conceit. He has fully understood suffering with its field and ground. Dukkham parinyaya sakhetavathum. So he has understood dukkham, the suffering, the unsatisfactoriness, parinyaya, beyond the limit of the suffering or unsatisfactoriness. He has gone, he has seen the suffering, every aspect of suffering, and he has seen what is beyond suffering also. The realized one is worthy of sacrificial cake. Tathagato arahati purarasam, the Lord deserves the being seclusion. Asam anisaya vivekadassi, well past the views proclaimed by Vediyam Ditthim Upativat. In him there are no supporting conditions at all. Arammanayas nasanti kechi. The realized one is worthy of the sacrificial cake. Tathagato arahati pururasam. That's why the Lord deserves the offering. He has comprehended all things, high and low. Paropara yassa samecha dhamma. Cleared them and ended them, so they are no more. Vidupita atthagatana santi. Peaceful, freed in the ending of grasping. Santo upadanakhaye vimutto tathagato arahati pururasam. The realized one is worthy of the sacrificial cake. He sees the ending of rebirth's fetter. Sayojanam jati khayantadassi. Sanyojanam, the fetters. Jati khayantadassi. So he has seen the rebirth's ending. Okay. The ending, anta means ending. Jati khaya means the destruction of the birth cycle, and has swept away all manner of desire. Yopanudhi ragapatham asesam, pure, stainless, immaculate, flawless, suddho, nidoso, vimalo, akacho. The realized one is worthy of the sacrificial cake. Tathagato arahati purarasam. The Lord deserves the offering. Not seeing himself in terms of a self. Yo attano attanam nanupassati. Again, not me, not mine, not myself. He's always dwelling in that feeling of not me, not mine, not myself. In that knowledge, he is still sincere and steadfast. Samahito, ujjugato, kitatto, imperturbable, kind, wishless. Save anejo, akhilo, akankho. The realized one is worthy of the sacrificial cake. Tathagato arahati purarasam. The Lord deserves the cake offering. He harbors no delusions within at all. Mohantara yassana santi kechi. He has insight into all things. Sabbesu dhammesu cha jnanadassi. He bears his final body. Sarirancha antimam dhareti. Attain to the state of grace, the supreme awakening. Pattocha sambodhim anuttaram sivam. That is how the purity of a spirit is defined. Ettavata yakhassa suddhi. The realized one is worthy of the sacrificial cake. Tathagato arahati purarasam. Let my oblation be a true offering. Now, here the Lord's discourse is over, and now the Brahmin is speaking. Hutancha mahyam, hutam athu sacham, hutancha. the offering from the fire sacrifice, Mahyam, mine, Hutam Athu Sacham. So they should be true offerings. Since I have found such a knowledge master, Yam Tadisam Vedagunam Alatham, I see divinity in person. Accept my offering, blessed one. Brahma hi Sakhi Patigana Tume Bhagava. I see the Brahma, you in the Lord. In you, I see the Brahma. Please eat my sacrificial cake. Bunjatu me Bhagava Puradasam. Now, after listening to the discourse, before the discourse, he had doubts about the Lord, whether he is a Brahmin or not. And when the Lord said that I am neither a Brahmin nor from a warrior caste, nor from a business caste, nor from a low caste, I am from no caste, Lord said. And then he got surprised. The Brahmin got surprised and he asked him, whom should I offer this offering? You tell me, you seem to be a knowledgeable person. And the Lord described characteristics of an arhat, characteristics of a liberated person, of an enlightened person. And the Brahmin is very happy by listening to these characteristics of a liberated person, an enlightened person. And now he is saying that you are the real person. You are the worthy person for this offering. Please accept my offering. Now let us see what the Buddha says. Food enhanced by a verse is not fit for me to eat. So there is a rule for monks that they will not earn by singing or preaching. They will not earn food. And the Buddha has already given a discourse to this Brahmin. And now, after that discourse, the Brahmin is offering food to the Buddha. So it is not acceptable to the monks. Monks are invited by householders to their house for a meal. So first meals are served and then they give discourse. It's not vice versa. Giving a discourse and then accepting meal, that is not according to the rule of the monks or the rule of the Buddha. So whenever Buddha is invited to any householder's house, first he will have the food and then he will give discourse. It never happens that he gives discourse first and then he accepts food from the householder. That never happens. So now Buddha is saying to him that, so by singing a verse, by saying a verse, if you are offering me food, it is not acceptable to me. Gayabhigitam me abhojaneyam. That is not the principle of those who see Brahmin. Sampasattam brahmanane sadhammo. The Buddhas reject things enchanted with verses. Gatha bhigitam panudanti Buddha. Since there is such a principle, Brahmin, that is how they live. Dhamme sati brahmana uttiresa. Serve with other food and drink. Annena cha kevalinam mahesim. The consummate one, the great seer, Kina samam, kukkucha upasaddam, with defilements ended and remorse stilled. Annena panena upattahasu, for he is the field for the seeker of merit. Please, blessed one, help me understand. Sadaham Bhagava Tatha Vichanyam. Now that I have encountered your teaching, Yodakhinam Bhunjeya Madi Sassa. When I look for someone during a sacrifice, Yam Yanya Kale Pariyesamano. Who should eat the religious donation of one like me? Papuyatavasasanam. One who is rid of aggression. Sarambhayassa vigata, whose mind is unclouded. Chittam yassa anavilam, who is liberated from sensual pleasures. Vipamuttochaka mehi, and who has dispelled dullness. Thinam yassa panuditam, one who has erased boundaries and limits. Simantanam vinetaram, expert in birth and death. Jati marana kovidam, a sage, blessed with sagacity. Munim moneya sampannam. Moneya. Maun means silence. And Muni. Muni is called who is silent, who is silent not only by speech and action. He is silent in his mind. There are no thoughts, no noise, no voice in his mind. That's why he's called a Muni. When such a person comes to the sacrifice, tadisam ennamagatam vakatum vinayitvana, get rid of your skull. Honor them with joined palms. Panjalika namassatha, and venerate them with food and drink. Pujetha anyapanena, and in this way your religious donation will succeed. Evam ijjanti dakkhina, the Buddha is worthy of sacrificial cake. Buddho bhavam arhati puranasam, he is the supreme field of merit. Punyakhetam anuttaram, recipient of gifts from the whole world. Ayago sabbalokassa, what is given to the worthy one is very fruitful. Bhoto dinnam mahaphalanti. Then the Brahmin Bharadvaja of Sundarika said to the Buddha, Athako Sundarika Bharadvajo Brahmano Bhagavantam etadavocha. Excellent worthy Gotama, excellent. Abhikantam bho Gotama, Abhikantam bho Gotama. As if he were writing the overture or revealing the hidden, or pointing out the path to the lost, or lighting a lamp in the dark so people with clear eyes can see what is there. Worthy Gautama has made the teaching clear in many ways. Say yathapi bho Gautama, nikujjitam va ukkujjeya, patichannam va vivareya, मूढ़स्वा मग्गम अच्छिकेय अंधकारे वा तैलपज्योतं धारेय चक्षुमन्तो रूपाणि दक्षन्तीति एवमेवं भूता गौतमेन अनेकपर्यायेन धम्मोपकाशितो. I go for refuge to the worthy Gautama, to the teaching and to the mendicant Sangha. एसाहं भवन्तं गौतमं शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं च भिक्खु संघं च. May I receive the going forth, the ordination in the worthy Gautama's presence. Labheyaham bhoto Gautamassa santike pabbajjam labheyam upasampadanti. And the Brahmin Bharadvaja of Sundarika received the going forth, the ordination in Buddha's presence. Alattako Sundariko Bharadvajo Brahmano, and soon after he became one of the perfected. Arahatam Ahositi. So he became a liberated person. Sundarika Bhāradvāja Suttam Chatutham. Thus, the discourse is over. Are there any questions?
So thank you very much for the reading. Could you please explain a little bit further what is this fire sacrifice, and am I understanding that we offer dana to the noble ones, and afterwards the noble ones preach the sermon, Dhamma?
Yes, fire sacrifice is a different thing from this thing. Fire sacrifice, you are from Sri Lanka, I think. You know.
Yes, yes, I am, sir.
So the Hindus, they perform the home. You know home or yajna. So they will light a fire and they will put ghee and different things in it. Have you ever seen in Hindu marriage?
No, sir. Sorry.
So when you go to a Hindu marriage, no, they will perform a lead in not only in marriage. In some families, daily they will light a fire, and they will put some medicinal herbs and ghee and some food in it, and they will worship the fire. So whatever is remaining, they will donate that remaining material, remaining eating material to a brahmin. So that this brahmin, he also was performing the same rite. It is like something rite and ritual. Okay.
Yeah.
So he wanted to give it to a brahmin, but he saw the Buddha there, and he asked Buddha if you are a brahmin or not. And the Buddha says, I am neither a brahmin nor a non-brahmin. Then he got surprised by Buddha's answer, and he requested him to tell him whom should I offer. Then Buddha tells him that you do not ask anybody a caste. You should ask his conduct and not the caste. Okay, not the birth, but the behavior of the person you should ask. And then he describes all the characteristics of a liberated person whom should he should donate. And he wanted to donate that offering to the Buddha, but the Buddha says that now I have already reached you Dhamma, so I cannot accept it. Okay. Have you understood now?
Yes. Yes.
Mm.
So
Mm.
in today's, I think that happens, isn't it? We first of all offer dana to the
Mhm.
ordained monks, and at the
Mhm.
end we give
They give the discourse. First, we should offer dana, and after that, they should give discourse.
yeah,
It should not
okay,
be
yeah,
first discourse and then dana. That is not appropriate.
yeah, pirikara.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you very much. Yeah, understood. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. So, are there any more questions? No, this Marman was not in Sanskrit. It was in Pali. It was in Pali. Care.
This is from a Sutta Center, sir.
It is from Sutta
You read
Nipāta.
Sutta
Sutta Nipāta.
Nipata.
Yeah, Sutta Nipāta is a book in Khuddaka Nikaya. Khuddaka Nikaya has 15 books. One of the books is Sutta Nipāta, and it is considered to contain oldest discourses. Immediately after Buddha's enlightenment, these discourses were given. Okay, in the
Thank you very much.
so from there it is.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the talk, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Sachin, you can read the sharing of merits.
Okay, sir. May suffering ones be suffering free, and the fear struck fearless be. May the grieving shed all grief, and may all beings find relief. May all beings share this merit that we have thus acquired for the acquisition of all kinds of happiness. May beings inhabiting space and earth, devas and nagas, mighty power, share this merit of ours. May they long protect Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks.
Thank you all. Wishing all happiness. Thank you.